And I'm Anna, and welcome to today's message. Today's message is the importance of trial and tribulation from James 1:4. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete and not lack anything. In short, God doesn't rush what he loves. In transformation, well, that takes time and patience. Have you ever noticed how perseverance shapes you? Have you ever felt a sense of accomplishment when you overcame something that was really hard for you? Well, I have. And this verse is encouragement for us to see our trials and challenges as opportunity for growth while we wait in joyful hope instead of choosing to avoid our difficulty. And it's been the anthem for my divine mission. Now, you've continually heard me say that enduring hardship is maybe who I am. As hard as it's been to become who I am meant to be, I can tell you that truthfully facing all my hardships in my life, though excruciatingly hard, and I had to face a lot of personal trouble in my life, in the end, the strength of my heart and character is what saved me. But that wouldn't have happened without the grace of God and transformation in my life. And it wouldn't have been possible if God had not given me a profound awakening. If I had not chosen to follow the direction that I was being led, or if I had not chosen to believe that God was in control of my life and not give him my whole heart, well, I wouldn't be where I am today. Now, we're called on to be truly glad when we face difficulty. Now, you might ask, well, why would God want us to face that difficulty? And I wondered that as well when I was first being awakened. And it's because when we face the trials in life, well, God promises us wonderful joy ahead. And once we pass our tests of faith, because, tests and difficulty produce endurance. And then endurance with a godly attitude is a complete dependence on God and in our faith. And it perfects our faith. And we turn in and receive God's grace. And that brings us closer to God. And, God's grace is sufficient to meet all of our needs, and it helps us overcome all of our difficulties. You see, when you choose to answer God's call, it takes time to become fully developed in your faith and to learn from those painful experiences. And while you do so, you're growing in trust and faith and becoming more reliant on God. And this in turn, well, it creates transformation. And you get to grow as you move ahead and, forward in your life. And you decide to trust and choose in and embrace your journey. And, there's an importance in the trial that we endure. Each trial we face is used by God for our benefit. And though it might seem hard and painful, and believe me, it is, I am living proof that it serves for the greater glory of God. Now, the greater the trial, the more God's grace is given to us, and the more he provides for us to carry us through. And it's in that place, that difficult time in our life, that we find really that we lack nothing. It's during that time that we understand that significant growth comes from those trials, and that we become stronger individually and whole in our faith. And it's where we find our deepest faith, and we obtain our godly wisdom, and we develop our character. And it's where we become really the most beautiful version of ourselves. We become whole spiritually, and we choose to have a better understanding of ourselves and the world. And we conquer and appreciate that victory more than anything at the end, because it makes us who we're meant to be in God's grand plan. And let me tell you, I am toward the end of the major part of my journey. And I am starting, on a new path. And I can tell you that I live in harmony and in joyful and loving spirit. And I want that for you too. So today's message is that enduring life's challenges is essential for your spiritual growth, and it will lead you to your maturity in faith. And once complete, you'll understand the reason that your trials are transformation, and you'll end up lacking nothing. Trust me. So be ready, willing, and patient as you wait and learn the lessons that God's going to teach you. Know you're being perfected in that process and endure the struggle with joyful hope. Choose to embrace your journey. Choose to understand it and choose to trust it in faith. And do it because God's unconditional love, well, it conquers everything. It conquers all. And you can't become complete until you've been tried and tested. Because suffering is perseverance. Perseverance creates character. And character is the hope in the unconditional love of God. So today, my friends, choose God's unconditional love. Because love is the answer. If this resonated with you, please like and share my post. And thank you for your donations to my divine mission and for helping me to keep my messages alive. I'll see you next time.